Srimad Bhagavatam is the essence of all Vedic literature, Sarva Vedanta Saram. Dharma prajita kaitavatra parama nirmasranam sadam vidyam. Who can understand Srimad Bhagavatam? That is stated. Prajita kaitava parama nirmasranam sadam vidyam. So Bhagavata speaks about Bhagavata Dharma, Parama Dharma, which is not Kaitava Dharma. You understand? Not Kaitava Dharma, not cheating Dharma. Dharma with pretensions, now without pretension, is Prajita Kaitava. And we have 4 types of Kaitava, 4 types of cheating Dharma. What is that? Do you know?
4 types of cheating dharma.
Yes. Kaitava Chatustoy, we say. Kaitava Chatustoy. 4 types of Kaitava, cheating. That is Dharma, Artha, Kam, Moksha. These are Kaitava Chatustoy. But Bhagavad speaks of Parama Dharma, supreme Dharma, which is not Kaitava Dharma. And who understands the Dharma Tattva? Paramo nirmasranam satam vidyam. Who is the satang, the devotee, who is not envious? Nirmasranam. If someone becomes envious, he cannot understand this Dharma Tattva. That Bhagavatam says. Paramo nirmasranam vidyam. Vastavam atra vastu sivadam thapatrayanamalanam Srimad Bhagavati Mahamuni Kriti Kimma Pririsura Sadhya Sudhya Barudhyo Teatra Krutivi Susrusu Taskhanat. Bhagavad Sravanam is such a transcendently potential, powerful. Because Krishna Tulya Bhagavato Vibhu Sarvasroy Prati Shloke Prati Ukhyuri Nana Arthakoy. It's not mere book. Krishna Tulya is as good as Krishna. It's a manifestation of Krishna. That is Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Bhagavata. Vrindavan Thakur has said that. Krishna Tulya Bhagavata, Vibhu Sarvasraya. As Krishna is Vibhu, Supreme Lord, and also takes shelter of Supreme Lord Krishna, similarly Bhagavata is also Vibhu, is also Supreme Lord, and also takes shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam. Prati Shloke, Prati Okhyuri, Nana Arthakoy. In every verse, even in every word, even in every letter, many, many meanings are there. Many, many meanings are there. So, who can understand? Only who is Paramanirmasran Satang, who is non-envious devotee. Non-envious, not envious. Only he can. Pure, in other words, we may say, pure devotee, who is always in Krishna, always with Krishna. Nothing but Krishna. Only he can understand it. Otherwise, nobody can understand it. And Bhagavad Sravana is also. Hearing from Bhagavad means directly hearing the words of Krishna. It's not material hearing, it's transcendental. And Jasyang Vaisruyamanayang Krishni Paramapurusi Bhakti Rutpadyate Punsaso Kumoho Vayapaha. Only by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam from the right source, bona fide source, that means Bhakta Bhagavata, who is an embodiment of Bhagavata, dear devotee of Krishna, one will develop very easily this Krishna Bhakti, pure Bhakti. And development of that Bhakti, one will completely freed from all sorts of material fears, lamentations, and delusions. Sokumo, ho, bhayapaha. No more. That is the effect of Srimad Bhagavatam. This verse says, Sadhya Hrudya Varudya Teatra Krutivi Sususubhi Tatkhanat. If someone just develops the desire that I must go and hear Srimad Bhagavatam, only by development of desire, the Supreme Lord who is there in the heart as Paramatma becomes awakened. Becomes awakened. Yes, now he's he has developed such desire to approach me, to hear my katha. And when he hears, he develops, this hearer develops such prem bhakti that Krishna becomes bound up. Krishna becomes sadhya vrudya varudhya teyatra bhi sususu bhi tatkrat. Immediately, Krishna becomes bound up. Because by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, one can very easily develop Krishna prem bhakti, through which Krishna becomes bound up. That is it. So Srimad Bhagavatam is such and is hearing such. Nigama kalpatara galitam param sukha mukhadamrita dravasanjitam pibata bhagavatam rasamalayam muhuraho rasika bhuvibhavuka. The Srimad Bhagavatam is nigama kalpatara galitam phalam. That means sweetest, most ripened, sweetest, nectarian, juicy fruit of Vedic tree. This Srimad Bhagavatam. And Sukha Mukhada Bruta Drava Sanjitam. Again, it has come out from the lips of Sukadeva Goswami. Sukha literally means parrot, and parrot generally touches most ripened and sweet fruit. And after it's being tossed by parrot, it becomes much sweeter. So this Srimad Bhagavatam has become much sweeter, much nectarian when it has come out from the lips of Sukadeva Goswami. Pibatam Bhagavatam Rasamalayam Muravo Rasika Bhuvibabuka. We invite such devotees, Rasika Bhuvi Bhavuka, those who have developed taste for this, tasting and relishing this nectar emanating from Srimad Bhagavatam. Those who have developed taste for this, such devotees we call muhu again and again. Please come, please come, please come and taste this nectar. We invite, we call. Those who have not developed taste, they cannot. They cannot come and cannot taste it. That is what. Because this such nectarian juicy fruit is only juice. In this material world, we find a juicy fruit. That is what? Mango. That's mango. Mango is a juicy fruit, but it has skin over it and inside a seed. But this juicy fruit has no skin, no seed. It's only nectarian sweet juice. You may taste at any part. Adye, madhye, anti. You may taste it in the beginning or in the middle or at the end. Wherever you like, you may taste. But it's only nectarian sweet juice, nothing else. And aswadi rasikei saha. And this should be tasted and released in the association with such devotees. Those who have developed taste for it. Katharuchi, Bhagavata Katharuchi. Those who have developed taste for Bhagavat Katha, only with the association with such devotees, this can be realized much better. Really realized. Otherwise cannot be realized. It will never come out. That is what. So, Sukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj are of this devotees of same level. Very great devotees. So it is realized. In other words, we say that the speaker of Bhagavat and the hearer of Bhagavat should be of the same level. Otherwise it cannot be realized. Isn't it? It cannot be realized. Because it's a question of releasement. The nectar, sweet, nectarian juice is coming out. Krishna Bhakti Rasa Swarup Sri Bhagavato Tate Vedo Sastro Iti Parama Mahatva is Chaitanya Charitamrita says. What is this? Krishna Bhakti Rasa. Bhagavata is the mellow of Krishna Bhakti, nothing else. It's mellow. The mellow should be tested and realized. Isn't it? Mellow should be tested and realized. It's Krishna Bhakti Rasa. It's mellow of Krishna Bhakti, nothing else. Tate Veda Sastra Ite Parama Mahatva. It is the essence of all Vedas, all Vedantas, all Upanishads. Nothing is beyond it. The last contribution of Srila Vyasadeva. One thing that who can understand, this is question of understanding. Who can understand this Srimad Bhagavatam and who can test it? One cannot understand it by dint of his material scholarship, learning scholarship, merit, intelligence. Cannot understand. Therefore it said, যাও ভাগবত পড়ো বৈষ্ণবের স্থানে একান্ত আশ্রয় করো চৈতন্য চরণে. Go and approach a ভক্ত ভাগবত who is an embodiment of ভাগবত. দুই স্থানে ভাগবতের নাম শোনা যায়, এক গ্রন্থ ভাগবত আর এক ভক্ত ভাগবত. In two places we will hear this name Bhagavata. One is book Bhagavata, Grantha Bhagavata, another is devotee Bhagavata, Bhakta Bhagavata. Two are Bhagavatas. Which dear devotee, pure devotee of Krishna is embodiment of Bhagavata. So, jao Bhagavata podo Vaishnava sthane, ekanta astra karo chaitanya. Go and approach a Vaishnava Bhakta Bhagavata, which is an embodiment of Bhagavata, and hear or study Bhagavata under his guidance. And completely take shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Otherwise, one cannot understand Srimad Bhagavatam. Now, what is the need of taking shelter at the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in understanding Srimad Bhagavatam? In that respect, what is the need? Yes.
Because this is Kali Yuga, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Yuga avatar. Without the Yuga avatar, you can't understand.
That's not the point. Lord Shiva says, Aham vedmi sukha veti, vyas veti va no veti. Bhaktya bhagavatam rajyam na buddhya na chatikaya. Shivaji said, I know Bhagavata, Sukadeva Goswami knows. I don't know whether Vasudeva knows or not. Do you understand? Whether Vasudeva knows or not. I was telling that thing in Newark. When Shivaji was speaking on Bhagavad to Parvati Devi, the Sukha was hearing, parrot was hearing and saying, So, Lord Shiva says, Aham vedmi vyas veti, Sukha veti, vyas veti va no veti. I know, Sukadeva Goswami knows. I don't know whether Vyas knows or doesn't know. He says like that. Because, see, when this Bhagavata came to us, came to this material world, it is through Sukadeva, not through Vyasdeva. Because Sukadeva spoke this Bhagavata to Parikshit Maharaj on the bank of Ganges, when Parikshit Maharaj was in dying condition, only 7 days time he had, just scorched by that brahmachari, isn't it? Vyasdeva was present there. Vyasadeva's guru, Narada, was also present there. But they didn't say. They didn't say Bhagavatam. Huh? All were present. When Parikshit Maharaj asked that question, one question. Huh? I have only 7 days time. What shall I do? This moment, I'm dying condition. So, Nana Muninkara, Nana Mata, many munis give many different opinions. Some says you may perform such yogya. Some say you may undergo such austerity or penance. Some say, all right, you give some charity. Some say, all right, you study Veda. Some say like different opinions. Yeah. But nothing was finalized. At last Sukadeva Goswami came. was very young, only 16 years old. Then that question was put to him. He said, you hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Yes. All agreed anonymously. Yes, that's the only thing required. So he was made the Acharya. And Vyasadeva was there. And the Vyasadeva's guru, Narada Muni was also there. When Sukadeva Goswami spoke Bhagavata, Vyasa heard and Narada also heard. And all they were assumed, they all heard. That means it came out from Sukadeva Goswami. Not from Vyasadeva. Therefore, Lord Shiva says so. Am vedmi sukha veti, Vyas veti va no veti. Bhaktya bhagavatam grajyam no buddhya. Only by bhakti you can understand Bhagavata. You cannot understand Bhagavata by dint of your material scholarship, learning, intelligence, merit, or taking help of tika, commentaries. Tikaya, no buddhya, no to tikaya. Many great commentators are there. Those who are written commentaries on Srimad Bhagavatam, among them Sridhar Swami is the best. Mahaprabhu has accepted Sridhar Swami as best commentator. Sridhar Swami, Guru Kurimani. Mahaprabhu has said. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is a commentator. Jiva Goswami is a commentator. Madhvacharya is a commentator. Many commentators are there. They have given commentaries. One may think, all right, I am a Sanskrit scholar, I know Sanskrit, so I can read these commentaries, I can understand. But Sukadeva Lord Shiva said, no. No buddhya, no satikaya. You can't understand Srimad Bhagavatam by dint of your material scholarship, learning, merit, or taking help of commentaries. Only by bhaktya. Bhaktya bhagavata grajyam. Only by bhaktya. Because Krishna is only understood. Krishna is only approached through bhakti. Bhaktya huye koya grajya. Krishna says that. Only bhakti. Namang sadheti jogam no sankhya no dharma dhavo no sadhyaya tapasyaga jatha bhaktir mamorjita. 11th canto. Bhagavatam Krishna says to Uddhava. Namang sadheti jogam no sankhya. Through yoga, sadhana, mystic yoga sadhana, stanga yoga sadhana, you cannot approach me. No yogam, no sankhya. By sankhya analytical study, cannot. Namang sadheti yogam no sankhya no dharma. By strictly following the principles of dharma also you cannot understand miracles. No sankhya no dharma no yoga. Namang sadheti yogam no sankhya no dharma no swadhyaya tapa. By Vedic study also, swadhyaya and tapa, by undergoing severe austerity penance also, you cannot. Tyaga, by giving up everything, becoming a great renunciate, also you cannot. Jatha bhaktir mamorjita, as one understands me through bhakti. Similarly, Krishna tulya Bhagavatam, Bhagavatam is as good as Krishna. So only understood through bhakti, not by anything else. So Mahaprabhu gives prem bhakti. You understand? Ekanta asraya karo chaitanya charani. Therefore it says, completely take shelter at the lotus feet of Chaitanya. Because Mahaprabhu only gives prem bhakti. Through chanting this holy name, Nam Neiva Pradurasit Avatarati Pare Jatratam Naumi Gauram. Prabodhananda Saraswati Pad says this thing in Chaitanya Chandramrita. You understand? Nam Neiva Pradurasit Avatarati Pare Jatratam Naumi Gauram. I pay my obeisance. That Gauram who gives freely, indiscriminately Krishna Prema through the holy name of Lord, chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Mukhya pathe jiva paye Krishna premadhana, niraparadhe nam loile paye premadhana. If your chanting is offenseless, then you will get pure name. That is pure name is prema, is Krishna. Therefore, ekanta asraya karo Chaitanya. Therefore, it is said, take complete shelter at the lotus feet of Chaitanya. Then you get prem bhakti, then you can understand. Otherwise, no. Bhagavata jena mani se javana sama tar sasta che janme janmi prabhu jama. One who doesn't accept Bhagavata, the teachings given, conclusions given in Bhagavata, he is mletso and javan. life after life, will be punished by Jamaraj. There is no doubt in it. There is no doubt in it. So, we accept Bhagavatam. Every day we have this program in all our centers. Bhagavad part, promotion, and hear it, and very easily develop Krishna Bhakti and get Krishna. Yes. Only. All right, now come to the text. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 9, text 3. Jari Baba Mahimni Sve Parasmin Kalamayayo Ramote Gata Sammohas Tyakto Dasti Tado Bhayam Jari Baba Mahimni Sve Parasmin Kalamayayo Rameto Gata Sammohas Stakto Dasti Sadhu Bhayam. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. As soon as the living entity becomes situated in his constitutional glory and begins to enjoy the transcendence beyond time and material energy, he at once gives up the two misconceptions of life, I, and mine, and thus becomes fully manifested as the pure self. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The two misconceptions of life, namely I and mine, are verily manifested in two classes of men. In the lower state, the conception of mine is very prominent, and in the higher state, the misconception of I is prominent. In the animal state of life, the misconception of mine is perceivable even in the category of cats and dogs, who fight with one another with the same misconception of mind. In the lower stage of human life, the same misconception is also prominent in the say of it is my body, it is my house, it is my family, it is my caste, it is my nation, it is my country, and so on. And in the higher stage of speculative knowledge, the same misconception of mind is transformed into I am, or it is all I am, etc. There are many classes of men comprehending the same misconception of I and mine in the different colors. But the real significance of I can be realized only when one is situated in the consciousness of I am the eternal servitor of the Lord. This is pure consciousness, and the four Vedic literatures teach us this conception of life. The misconception of I am the Lord or I am the Supreme is more dangerous than the misconception of mind. Although there are sometimes directions in the Vedic literature to think oneself one with the Lord, but that doesn't mean that one becomes identical with the Lord in every respect. Undoubtedly, there is oneness of the living entity with the Lord in many respects, but ultimately, the living entity is subordinate to the Lord and is constitutionally meant for satisfying the senses of the Lord. The Lord therefore asks the conditioned souls to surrender unto Him. Had the living entities not been subordinate to the supreme will, why would living entity be asked to surrender? Had the living being been equal in all respects, then why was he put under the influence of Maya? We have already discussed many times that the material energy is controlled by the Lord. Srimad Bhagavad Gita 9:10 confirms this controlling power of the Lord over the material nature. Can a living entity who claims to be as good as the Supreme Being control the material nature? The foolish I would reply that he will do so in future. Even accepting that in the future one will be as good as a controller of material nature as the Supreme Being, then why is one now under the control of material nature? Srimad Bhagavad Gita says that one can be freed from control of the material nature by surrendering unto the Supreme Lord. Mame bhaje prapadyante maya me tam taranti. Same thing. That he says. But if there is no surrender, then the living entity will never be able to control the material nature. So, one must also give up this misconception of I by practicing the way of devotional service or firmly being situated in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. A poor man without any employment or occupation may undergo so many troubles in life. But if by chance the same man gets a good service under the government, he at once becomes happy. There is no profit in denying the supremacy of the Lord, who is the controller of all energies, but one should be constitutionally situated in one's own glory, namely to be situated in the pure consciousness of being the eternal servitor of the Lord. In his constitutional life, the living entity is servant of the illusory. In his conditional life, the living entity is servant of the illusory energy of Krishna Maya, and in his liberated state is the pure, unqualified servant of the Lord. To become untinged by the modes of material nature is the qualification for entering into the service of the Lord. As long as one is a servant of mental concoctions, one cannot be completely free from the disease of I and mind. The supreme truth is uncontaminated by the illusory energy because he is the controller of that energy. The relative truths are apt to be engrossed in illusory energy. The best purpose is served, however, when one is directly facing the supreme truth, as when one faces the sun. The sun overhead in the sky is full of light. But when the sun is not in the visible sky, all is in darkness. Similarly, when one is face to face with the Supreme Lord, he is freed from all illusions, and one who is not so is in the darkness of illusory Maya. The Bhagavad Gita 14:26 confirms this as follows. Manchajo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevati sagunan samati tanetan brahma bhuyaya kalpati. So the science of bhakti yoga, worshipping the Lord, glorifying the Lord, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam from the right sources, not from the professional man, but from a person who is Bhagavatam in life, and being always in the association of pure devotees, should be adopted in earnestness. One should not be misled by misconception of I and mine. The karmis are fond of the conception of mine. The jnanis are fond of the conception of I, and both of them are unqualified to be free from the bondage of illusory energy. Srimad Bhagavatam and primarily the Bhagavad Gita are both meant for delivering a person from the misconception of I and mine, and Srila Vyasadeva transcribed them for the deliverance of the fallen souls. The living entity has to be situated transcendental position where there is no more influence of time nor the material energy. In conditioned life, the living entity is subjected to the influence of time and dream of past, present, and future. The mental speculator tries to conquer the influence of time by future speculations of becoming Vasudeva or Supreme Lord himself by means of culturing knowledge, conquering over ego. But the process is not perfect. The perfect process is to accept Lord Vasudeva as the supreme in everything. And the best perfection in culturing knowledge is to surrender unto him because he is the source of everything. Only in that conception can one get rid of the misconception of I and mine. Both Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam confirm it. Srila Vyasadeva has specifically contributed to the illusion living entities, the science of God, and the process of bhakti yoga in his great literature Srimad Bhagavatam, and the conditioned soul should fully take advantage of this great science. Therefore I said, only by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam one can develop such bhakti, pure bhakti, prem bhakti. Thereby he can understand who am I, what is my real constitutional position. Soka moho bhayapaha. Then all his material fears, illusions or delusions, moha, bhaya, soka moha, lamentations, everything is destroyed. If bhakti is not developed, this cannot be destroyed. That's, and Srimad Bhagavatam is such a grantha. It's as good as Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam contains everything. It contains everything. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada says, if all the books from the library of the world will be destroyed, there will be no harm if Srimad Bhagavatam is there. He said, if only Srimad Bhagavatam is there, there will be no harm if all the books from the library of the world will be destroyed. Because it contains everything. And contains the highest thing. It is manifestation of Krishna. It's as good as Krishna. Only by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam one can get Krishna. Develops such bhakti that we can get Krishna. Yes. That Prabhupada Maharaj said here, one who will face to face. Here he says, the relative truth are up to be and cross religion. The best purpose served, however, when one is directly facing the Supreme Truth. Directly facing the Supreme Truth. As when one faces the sun overhead in the sky is full of light. But when the sun is not in visible sky, all in darkness. Krishna Surya Sama Maya hoy andhakar. Jahan Krishna tahan nai Maya adhikar. Krishna Surya Sama. Krishna is, we say, spiritual sun, not material sun. Krishna is spiritual sun, not material sun. One should understand. And Jiva Chitkana, this is Jiva. Jiva Chitkana. Jiva is a spark of that sun, isn't it? Is a spark of that sun. Krishna, spiritual sun, and Jiva Chitkana is a spark. Mami Bansa Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. 15th chapter Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, Mami Bansa Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Sanatana eternally. Jiva is my part and parcel. Eternally, Jiva is my part and parcel. So, therefore said, to face directly to the sun, directly to Krishna. How can one face? How can one see? Nahum prakasa sarvasya jogomaya samabruta mudhayam nabhijanati. Krishna says, Nahum prakasa sarvasya jogomaya samabruta. I am covered up with my yogamaya energy. Though Krishna is everywhere, Krishna is all pervaded, still I do not manifest myself before everybody or everywhere. I am covered up with my yogamaya potency. Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Krishna rakhe lukaya. Krishna hides himself because he is covered up with yogamaya potency. But who sees Krishna? Who sees Krishna? The devotee. Who is pure devotee. He sees. Though Krishna hides himself, but he cannot hide himself before the eyes of a pure devotee. As for example, Prahlad Maharaj saw the Supreme Lord in a stone pillar, whereas his demoniac father could see. This is example, you see. So one who is free from this I and mine, delusion, illusion. One who is in his real constitutional position as the servant of the Lord, always with the Lord, he sees face to face Krishna. Otherwise nobody. Maya hai andhakar. Maya is andhakar, is darkness. Well, sun is there. Effulgent sun is there. The darkness cannot prevail before sun. Darkness, where is darkness? If there is sun, you are facing sun, but your shadow is behind, not in the front. It cannot come to front. Similarly, Maya hoy andhakar. Maya is darkness. Maya cannot come to the front of Krishna. No. Vyapodese. He said Vyapodese, behind. She is behind. Yes, it cannot come. Below the Maya, so shameful. Because she's servant, made servant of Krishna, cannot come to the face of her master. Below the Maya, and is always Vyapadese behind. So the behind, this side is Maya, this side is Krishna. And you, the Jiva, being marginal energy, Tatastha Shakti, you are in between. Margin means two are in touch. You understand? We give example, the margin, you go to the seashore, you go to the bank of a river or lake, you see the margin. Margin means the water is in touch and land in touch. That is margin, isn't it? That is margin. Two things are in touch, land and water. So who is in margin, he can go either into water or come into the land, as he likes. Similarly, Jiva being Tatastha Shakti, marginal energy, two are in touch. Krishna is there and Maya is also there. Two are in touch. And Jiva has minute independence. Mami Bansa Jiva Loki, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Jiva eternally my part. What Krishna has and Jiva has the same thing, but not in the same quantity. Quantitatively different, but qualitatively one. So he says, question of oneness. It's not Mayavad philosophy that I am one with the Lord. No, that Prabhupada has said very clearly in his purport. I am not going to explain that thing. It's quite clear. But you have minute independence. Krishna is supremely independent. He is supreme in all respect. Matha parataru nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya. There is nobody superior to me, O Arjuna. Harishtveka tattvam vidhi shiva suresa pranamitam. Lord Hari is supreme truth. Even Vidhi, Brahma, Shiva, Suresa, Heavenly King Indra, all are his subordinates. He is not subordinate to anybody. Krishna is not subordinate to anybody. Is it true?
Yes.
No.
Krishna is not the misunderstood.
Krishna samya hoite hoy bodo bhakta pada. That's true. It's not true. That's true. But he says, Matha parataru nanyat kinchidasti. That's true. Nobody is supreme. Krishna is supreme. Everybody, ekali Ishvara Krishna are sabhrutya. Krishna is the only Ishvara. Everybody is servant. That's true. It's not untrue. That's true. But, do you understand?
I understood, but I understood.
Yeah, that's true. But one thing is there. Krishna samya hoite hoy bodo bhakta pada. Do you understand? Krishna, you cannot be equal to Krishna or superior to Krishna. No. You are very minute jiva. You are his servant. How can we equal to your master? No question at all. But Krishna can make you greater than he if you become his dear servant. Krishna samya hoite hoy bodo bhakta pada. Chaitanya Charitamrita. Nobody will be equal to Krishna. But if someone becomes his devotee, dear devotee, sarvadharman paritejya mamekam saranam braja. Last concluding instruction in Bhagavad Gita, giving up all varieties of religion, just surrenders unto Krishna without any reservation, any kind, no condition, complete surrender. Who can do so? It's not a question of theoretical saying. What we say this thing. It's theoretically. Really we are surrendered. Really we have given up this I and mine? That's question. Really have we given up this I and mine? No. We say this thing, but really we are not surrendered. And who? Who is really surrendered and when one really surrenders? That's a question. Do you understand? Unless one develops prema, love for Krishna, he cannot surrender. Sarvadharman paritejya mamekam saranam braja. This braja word is very significant. Do you understand? Braja word is very significant. Braja means braja prema. Mahaprabhu, when Krishna came in the form of Mahaprabhu, he says this thing. Braja prema kori nahi dano. Many yugas have gone. I have not given Braja prema. I have not given Braja prema. Do you understand? Krishna Sruhudam Sarvabhutanam is the only well-wishing friend of all living entities. So he is coming here. He is descending here. Do you understand? Takes incarnations here and teaches all these things. Otherwise, how a conditioned soul be taught? Conditioned soul who has completely forgotten Krishna, completely forgotten his own identity. Like Krishna, Veda, Purana. First thing. Maya Mugdha Jiva. The conditioned soul is captured by Maya, deluding energy, illusory energy. And he has completely forgotten Krishna. No. So, therefore, but being the well-wishing friend of all jivas, what he did? First gave Veda Puranas. Veda Puranas. First gave. Here it is said. Do you understand? You see? All Vedic literatures say this thing. What is your conditional position? You are Krishna Nitya Das. Sadhus come. Their devotees come. Anurahaya charanti bhavyani bhutani janardanasya. The dear devotees of Janardana, Lord Janardana Krishna. Out of mercy, they also descend here. They don't belong to this material world. They belong to the abode of Krishna. They also descend here. Why? Tarite pamor. To deliver this most degraded, conditioned souls. Do you understand? By imparting this tattva gyan, that's their mercy. They also come here. They say so. Therefore it said, Shastra Guru Atma Rupe Apuna ke Janan Krishna Mar Pravutrata Jiber Hoy Gyan. Otherwise, how a conditioned soul understand this thing, acquire this knowledge? Krishna gave Shastra, Veda Puranas. But it should be understood in Tattva. We have two types of considerations. दो विचार हैं, two types of considerations. एक तत्व विचार और एक आपात विचार. In English we say, आपात विचार means apparent consideration, तत्व विचार means absolute consideration. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, जन्म कर्मं च मे दिव्यं एवं जो वेति तत्त्वतः त्यक्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्म नयति मांगेति अर्जुन. Isn't it? My birth, my appearance, my activities are not material. It is transcendental. Evam joveti tattvata, but one who knows it or understands in tattva, in truth, after quitting his body, he'll go to me. He'll never take birth again here. Do you understand? Punarjanma naiti, mangeti. Then, so one who understands in tattva, he'll never come here again. How will it be that again one will come here? Huh? Huh?
How will one come again here?
How?
He doesn't understand Krishna, then he comes again.
One who understands in tattva, he goes to Krishna. Do you understand? So he'll never come. Krishna says he'll never come. Why? He'll come again. No question at all. And this human birth is a chance to understand Krishna in tattva. That is the perfection of human birth. Isn't it? No other species, no other birth you cannot understand. Do you understand? His I and mine, everything. Prabhupada has very clearly mentioned. In lower species, in dogs and cats are this I. Yes, my kitten, my puppy, my dog squirrely. Yes, my kingdom, it is mine. The other dog comes, then bow. Do you understand? Why are you coming here? Oh yeah, it is mine. Isn't it? The other dog comes, then the dog here will bark. Bow, bow, bow. Yes, mine. This, that my Prabhupada has said here, other space. And human being is the rarely achieved birth, superior birth. Durlabham manusam janma. Rarely achieved birth is human birth. Because in human birth, consciousness is superior than the consciousness of other species. Do you understand? We have 5 levels of consciousness. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has said in Chaitanya Sikshamrita. Do you know Bhagavata Prabhu? 5 levels of consciousness. Abhrita Chetana, Sankuchita Chetana, Mukulita Chetana, Vikachita Chetana, Purna Vikachita Chetana. In English we say covered consciousness, shrunken consciousness, budding consciousness, blossoming consciousness, completely blossoming consciousness. 5 levels of consciousness. 84 lakhs of species are there. Out of 84 lakhs, 80 lakhs of species are other than human beings. Aquatics, birds, beasts, worms, insects. Do you understand? Other species. 80 lakhs. Chatulakshani Manava. 4 lakhs of types are human beings are there. Do you understand? 4 lakhs of types of human beings. Labdha sudalvaidam bahulamuvante. Manusya marthada manitya mapiya dhira. After undergoing lakhs of species of life, you have been given this human form of body. Krishna has given you chance. Given you. In this higher level of consciousness. This Abhrita Chetana and Sankuchita Chetana, the covered consciousness and shrunken consciousness, all 80 lakhs of species, they come under these 2 levels of consciousness. You understand? They all come under these 2 levels of consciousness. Do you understand? But human beings come under these 3 levels of consciousness. Mukulita Chetana, this budding consciousness, blossoming consciousness, completely blossoming consciousness. That is complete Krishna consciousness. And that is the highest level of consciousness. Our goal is to achieve that level of consciousness. Completely blossoming consciousness, complete Krishna consciousness. Do you understand? One who attains or achieves that level of consciousness, completely blossoming consciousness, complete Krishna consciousness, there is no question of falling down. No, at all. Because he knows Krishna and he says Krishna face to face. Where is the question of Maya, darkness? No. I will never be attracted towards Maya. Never be attracted towards Maya. Do you understand? Never. Because Krishna is all beautiful. Madhurya Ganilaya Krishna. Khandharva Koti Kamaniya Vishesa Sovam. Whose beauty far excels that of crores of cupids. The cupid is very beautiful in this material world. The cupid enchants everybody. Do you understand? Cupid arouses that urge of sex, isn't it? Opposite sex. One is attracted to opposite sex. The man is attracted to woman, woman is attracted to man because of the cupids being hurt by the cupid's arrow. Isn't it? Cupid's arrow. But one who has achieved the highest level of consciousness, complete Krishna consciousness, complete blossoming consciousness, sees Krishna, all beautiful Krishna, face to face. Where it is? Where such question is there? No. It will never be attracted. And Cupid's arrow will be ineffective. Will be ineffective. Do you understand? Never. But such great yogis, great mystics like Saubhari Muni, Vishwamitra Muni, Prabhupada has said, so many speculators, they are not free from this I and mine also. I am one, I am Lord. They say, I is there. But only Krishna can say I. Nobody can say I. That is, Prabhupada has explained this. I am not going to explain this thing. I am speaking the tattva, truth behind it. You should try to understand me. And Krishna will help you to understand, I think. Because Krishna is there in Paramatma form. And we are really eager to understand this tattva. Do you understand? So such great moonies. Huh? Now, such severe austerity penance for thousands of years. You see, they achieved wonderful mystic perfection. Even what happened to them? They are not free from this I. So fell down. They cannot see Krishna face to face. Do you understand? They are attracted by Cupid. They are attracted by Cupid, you see. But one, they are, in other words, we may say, they are not attained the highest level of consciousness, completely blossoming consciousness. This Krishna consciousness. No, they are not attained. That level of consciousness may be of this blossoming consciousness, budding consciousness, and above it is blossoming. Bud means like flower bud. Then it begins to blossom. Just beginning stage, maybe in that level, but cannot. Only a devotee is completely surrendered unto Krishna. The surrender is not artificial, not conditional. Do you understand? Not partial. The surrender should not be artificial or conditional or partial. It's a complete surrender, unconditional surrender. One who does so, he only achieves the highest level of consciousness. He only sees Krishna face to face. Always see the all beautiful Krishna. Jahan jahan netra padi, tahan Krishna spuri. Wherever he looks, he sees only Krishna. As Prahlad Maharaj sees in a stone pillar. That is the reason. He's in that level of consciousness, highest level of consciousness. This complete Krishna consciousness. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna says, Kaviraj Goswami has quoted, Bhakta ama preme bandhiyache hrudayo bhitare, jahan netra pade, tahan dekho amare. That bhakta, that dear devotee, which completely surrendered unto me. You understand? He has bound me in his heart with the rope of love. With the rope of love. He has bound me. Krishna is in bondage. You see? Wonderful. You see, wonderful. Huh? Of course, they are not of bondage. He is in bondage. Do you follow me? Huh? Krishna, of course, they are not of bondage. But he is in bondage now. Huh? Bhakta ama preme bandhyache hrudayo bhitare, jahan netra pade, tahan dekho amare. Sada muktopi. Huh? Sada muktosmi. Huh? Sada muktopi badhasmi bhaktena sneharajjubi. Hari Bhakti Sudhodaya. Lord Nrsimhadev says this thing. Though I am supremely free, supremely independent, but I am bound up with the rope of love of my devotee. Yes, Mother Jasoda binds him. It's the rope of love, nothing else. Do you understand? Krishna becomes subordinate to that devotee. Krishna samya hoite hoy bodo bhakta pada. That I said. Krishna, nobody is superior to Krishna. But if someone develops such prem bhakti, completely surrendering unto Krishna, binds Krishna with the rope of love, Krishna makes him greater than he. Aham bhakto paradhina aswatantra ivadija sadhu vigrastha hrudayor bhaktir bhakta jana priya. It's the 9th canto. Srimad Bhagavatam says to Durvasa Muni, O Brahmana, huh? I am not independent. Though he is supremely independent, no, I am no independence. Aham bhakto paradina. I am dependent on my devotee. Do you follow? Huh? He is dependent. He is supremely independent, but I am dependent on my devotee. Aham bhakto paradina. Asutantra yoti. Odija, Brahman, I am no independent. Huh? Do you understand? Aham bhakto paradina. Do you understand? Bhaktir bhakta jana priya. That devotee is so dear to me. I am bound him up. He has bound me up. I am in bondage. Where is my independence? Do you understand? So, this is wonderful. This is wonderful. Bhakta Krishna Samya hoite hoy boro bhakta pada. Nobody can be equal to Krishna because he is supreme. But if you become his dear devotee, you will completely surrender unto his lotus feet. By developing prem, you'll be able to bound him up. The Krishna will make you greater than he. Greater than he. Give you greater position. Yes, Krishna, it is said in Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna is Bhakta Bhaktiman. We are Bhagavata Bhaktiman. Do you understand my language? My language, defective language. Try to understand. We are Bhagavad Bhaktiman. That means we are devoted to Krishna, Bhagavan. But Krishna is Bhakta Bhaktiman. Krishna is devoted to his devotees. This is my language. Do you understand? It is in 11th canto of Bhagavatam. Do you understand? Yes. Krishna unnoticingly follows such devotees. Follows to get some dust from their feet. Do you understand? Yes. That Leela he manifested while he was here 5,000 years ago. Manifested that Leela that he fell sick. Narada Muni came. Krishna is shivering. Oh, wrapping with rocks. Oh, what had happened to you? Narada, oh, high fever. So shall I get some medicine? Yes, Narada Muni said, then you'll be cured of the fever. Oh, Narada, no medicine for this body. No such medicine will work here. One medicine is there. Yes, what is that medicine? I must get it. If you can approach any of my dear devotees and beg some dust from his feet, get it. If I smear the dust, I'll be cured of the fever. Isn't it? He said to Narada Muni. All right, Narada Muni said, all right, it will be available. Here in Dwarka, it will be available. 16,000 wives are there. Yes, they are serving Krishna. Very dear. Dear husband. You first approach Rukmini, Satyabhama. Will you please give some dust from your feet? Krishna is sick. High fever. That is the medicine. He will be cured. You will please give. What? What you are saying, Narada? We'll give dust from the feet, shall we go to hell? They didn't give, you see. What is their bhakti, then you understand. Do you understand? This is mixed bhakti. This is not pure bhakti. The bhakti of the wives of Krishna, Rukmini, Satyabhama is mixed with Aishwarya. Aishwarya. Do you understand? Yes, opulence, opulence. Aishwarya. Mixed with Aishwarya. But not pure. Naha jnana aishwarya priti sithira. Chaitanya Charitamrita says, where there is such mixed devotion, mixed with jnana and aishwarya, the priti, love is shrunken. Is shrunken love, not wide open love. Do you understand? Not wide open love. No jnana aishwarya is kevala bhakti, only pure devotion. Do you understand? It is completely blossoming. Complete blossoming stage of consciousness. Complete Krishna. That is Gopi's heart. Headed by Radharani. Then Narada Muni went to Brajabhumi. Do you understand? And when Narada Muni went to Brajabhumi, all gopis came because they were feeling the pangs of separation from Krishna. Do you understand? And Narada travels everywhere, he knows everything. He'll give some message of Krishna. They all asked, Narada Muni, please tell about our dear Krishna. Yes, Krishna is very sick now. Affected, very high fever. And medicine is with you. I have come to get medicine. Yes, medicine is there. Yes. What medicine? All right, tell us what medicine. If someone from you can get some dust from your feet, that is the medicine. And Krishna is near, and he'll be cured. Oh, this is medicine. All right. They made competition. Narada, yes, come. Take from me. No, Narada. Take from me. They made competition. They didn't hesitate. If required, go to hell and suffer there forever. We are prepared. Later, Krishna will be relieved of fever and be happy. This is love. Do you understand? This is pure love. Do you understand? This is pure love. That is what Krishna wants the doctor. Yes. How many bags have you brought, Narada Muni? How many bags? We'll take dust. You see? This is love. And Krishna makes us devotees greater than he. Yes, Krishna follows tiltily, unnoticingly behind us. Devotees get some dust from there. Yes, because that dust is so purifying. It will purify all my creation. Krishna says, all my creation. Yes, will purify all my creation. That is what. Krishna samya hoite hoy bodo bhakta pada. If someone becomes such a bhakta, such a dear devotee of Krishna, complete surrender, Krishna makes him greater. Therefore I say, is it true? That for my question was there. That's true, yes. Krishna is the supreme, nobody is supreme. But bhakta is superior to Krishna. Is it? That is my question. Your answer is not incorrect. That's correct. But this mystery is there. So such a devotee will never be bewildered by Maya. He always sees Krishna. How Maya will come to it? Face Krishna. Face to face son. That Prabhupada Maharaj has said. Huh? How can Maya will approach? No question at all. No question. How will it be bewildered? No question at all. Do you understand? No question at all. Those who are in the margin, two things are thoughts, and you have minute independence, isn't it? Being minute jiva, you have been granted that independence. Karunaya dattang. It is said, Karunaya. Out of mercy, Krishna has granted you that independence. Because without independence, what is your value? This independence is the only thing that differentiates from jiva and nirjiva, animate and inanimate. Has it independence? It's an inanimate object. It doesn't know, but you have independence. So this is the thing. If this independence will be taken out of you, then it will become inanimate object. Because of this independence, that's the question of elevation or degradation. The question of elevation and degradation. If you make its proper use, then you elevate yourself to the highest level of consciousness, this completely blossoming level of complete Krishna consciousness. That means you will completely surrender unto Krishna. Unless independence is there, how can you do it? If you abuse it, do you understand? That question of proper use and abuse. If you abuse it, then it will capture by Maya. Do you understand? I think you are in the margin. This is Krishna, this side. This back side is Maya. Yes, and you are in the margin. Now you have independence. Either choose Krishna or Maya. Yes. When you abuse your minute independence, then you choose Maya. You understand? As soon as you choose Maya, captured by Maya, you forget Krishna. You forget your real identity. Do you understand? Krishna bhuli se jiva, anadi bahire mukha, auto eva maya tare deo, sansaradi dukkha. Anadi, from time immemorial, you cannot trace out the beginning. When you forget, no beginning. Anadi bahire mukha, auto eva maya tare deo sansar. Therefore Maya is captured by Maya and Maya has brought him to this material world created by Maya's prison house and inflicting punishment on him. Dukkha, janama, mrityu, jara, vyadhi. Birth, death, old age and disease. These are punishments inflicted on you. Maya inflicts. Because you have abused your independence. You have committed that crime. For which purpose you have been granted this independence, you have not made its proper use. You have made its abuse. You have abused it. That is why you are a criminal, committed that crime, not forgetting your own real own identity, forgetting Krishna, saying, oh, this is mine, my body, my bodily relations, my wife, my son, my daughter, my friend, my relatives, my birthland, my country, my nation, everything mine. So, this is mine. Huh? Janasya mohoyam aham mameti. This is moha. This is delusion. Ato griha khetra sutapto biter janasya mohoyam aham mameti. Fifth canto Bhagavad-gita. Ato griha khetra suto apto bito. Griha, this form, the residence, is mine. Khetra, this landed property, land is mine. Suto, the son, daughter, mine. Apto, the friends, mine. Bito, this bank balance, this property, this wealth, mine. Everything mine. Huh? The griha, khetra, suto, apto, bito, janasya, moha. It is moha. It is delusion. It's delusion. Because you are captured by Maya and trapped by Maya, so you are in this delusion, saying I and mine. Janasya mohayam aham mameti. Do you understand? And this verse says the same thing. And why such moha? Why such delusion? Because you are captured by Maya. Maya has two activities, covering avarnatmika kriya, prakshipatmika kriya. Covering activity and taking away from Krishna activity. Two types. First, she covers up your real identity. Who are you? You forgot. You developed this bodily conception of life. This a covering activity of Maya. You develop this bodily conception of life. I am the body. Isn't it? You develop. Then, prakshipatmika kriya. Maya will never allow you to go to Krishna. Takes away from Krishna. You develop this conception that everything belongs to. I am the monarch of all I survey. I am monarch. I am Lord, then says. Yes, everything belongs to me. I am proprietor. All these are my property. Yes. But you are not proprietor. Have you any property? Huh? Krishna is the only proprietor. Huh? Everything, whatever you see, whatever you find, everything belongs to Ansarvasya Prabhava. Matta sarvam pravartate iti mattavadante mang buddha bhava samannita. Krishna says, Bhagavad Gita. Huh? I am the source of all emanation, source of creation, everything created. So your property belongs to Krishna. One who has property is a proprietor. But you have no property. You say, I am proprietor. Because this is delusion, being covered up. Do you understand? Forgotten Krishna, forgetting your own identity. That means you, Krishna's property is really Krishna's property. You say, my property, that is criminal mentality, and you commit such crime. So you are criminal. Therefore, such punishment is inflicted on you. Birth, death, old age, and disease, and Maya inflicts this punishment. As long as you are here in this prison house, the material world, the prison house created by Maya, this is the time of punishment only, nothing else. Yes, danda samoy. A place of punishment, a time of punishment, as long as you are. When you are free from this, get out of this prison house. Huh? Do you understand? When will be that? Mamevaji prapadyanti mayametam taranti te. When you completely surrender into the master of Maya, Krishna, then you'll be free from this prison house. Maya will set you free. When her master says, now set him free, then Maya will set you free. The jail gate will be opened. All right, get out. Raghunath, get out now. Otherwise, no. Unless you completely surrender, this will never take place. Do you understand? So how can you do it? You have completely forgotten Krishna. Completely forgotten yourself, your own identity. How can you do it? Huh? How? Huh? Man, yes, I was saying that thing. Shastra Guru Atma Rupe Apana ke Janan Krishna Mor Prabhutrata Jiver Hoy Gyan. Krishna has made all these arrangements because he is a well-wishing friend. He made Shastra, Vedic literature. It's said in Shastra. But it should be understood in Tattva, I said. By mere reading, by dint of your material education, learning, scholarship, you cannot understand Tattva. That's apart vichar, apparent condition. But ours is Tattva vichar. Then how can you get it? Unless you approach Tattvacharya. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadekyanti te jnano jnanina tattvadarshina. This is the process. Tattvadarshi, one was seeing the truth, seer of the truth, always sees. Oh, I say it was completely surrendered. This dear devotee of Lord was bound of Krishna with drop of love in his heart. He is the seer of the truth, always sees. Khabar jangam dekhe na dekhe tar murti sarvatra hi tar ishtadeva purti. He sees moving and unmoving entities, but never sees the outer body. He sees Ishta, his worshipable deity, Krishna there. Isn't it? Such is Tattvacharya. Seen the truth. Advaya Jnana Tattva Brajendra Kumar. Absolute truth is Brajendra Kumar. The son of Nanda Maharaj is absolute truth. And has seen him. Not once, always sees, always sees. He sees always. Everywhere he sees. Bhagavad Gita Krishna says, Jamang pasyati sarvatra sarvam cha mai pasyati tasyang na pranasyati sachame na pranasyami. Do you understand? Tasyang na pranasyami sachame na pranasyati. Isn't it Bhagavad Gita? One who sees me everywhere. Sarvatra pasyati sarvam cha mai pasyati. And sees everything in me. I am not out of sight, his sight. I am not out of his sight, and he is not out of my sight. He sees me, I see him. So, who? Who is he? He is dear devotee of Krishna, who is completely surrendered. Not partial, not artificial, not conditional. The surrender is based on Braja Prema. That is Braja Prema that Mahaprabhu gives. Mahaprabhu gives. Many yugas have gone. I have not given Braja Prema. Now I'll go and give Braja Prema. So that Krishna came in the form of Mahaprabhu to give Braja Prema. You understand? Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu jive doya kori. Soparsad suyo dhamas. Soparsad suyo dhamas saho botari. অত্যন্ত দুর্লভ প্রেম করিবারে দান শিখায় শরণাগতি ভগতের প্রাণ. Bhaktivinoda Thakur Mahajan has written this thing, isn't it? Why Mahaprabhu came? Why? Jibe doya kari. He is wonderfully merciful. He is only Sruhuda, only well-wishing friend. Do you understand? These conditioned souls, they are my part and parcel. Do you understand? They have been suffering. So his heart bleeds. It is wonderful, merciful. So he comes. Do you understand? He never comes alone. So parcel, suyo dhama, so parcel. He descends here with his abode, Navadvip Dham, with his dham, and parcel his associates. Why? Why he comes? অত্যন্ত দুর্লভ প্রেম করিবারে দান শিখায় শরণাগতি ভগতের. He comes here to teach you how to surrender. Saranagati. To teach you Saranagati. Do you understand? Krishna only theoretically said, Sarvadharman paritejya mamekam saranam vraja. Giving up all varieties of just surrender. He theoretically said. He has not taught us. Has he taught us? Krishna? No. He has not taught us. He didn't teach us. But that Krishna thought up in his abode. I only theoretically said this thing. How can these people of Kali Yuga understand this thing in Tattva? No possible. Consciousness so low. Inferior consciousness. Because Kali Yuga is sinful age. All are addicted to sinful activities. Isn't it? Kissing, imitating, gambling, illicit sex, intoxication. Isn't it? Big billboards. Maya is very strong here. Billboards. 24-hour liquor. Cold wine. Roasted chicken. Fried fish. Isn't it? Beef naan. So, all are addicted. So what is the consciousness? What is your consciousness? So slow. How can you understand this thing? Krishna thinks this thing. Because he's our only well-wishing friend. No, I have to go again. Example is better than precept. This general popular saying, isn't it? Theoretical saying will never help you. Theoretically speaking, never. I am not practically taught how to surrender. Therefore, we have this saying, example is better than precept. So, he came. Mahaprabhu, Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Prema Purushottama Gauranga. He is Prema Purushottama. Krishna is Lila Purushottama. Lord Ram is Marjada Purushottama. Gauranga is Prema Purushottama. अत्यंत दुर्लभ प्रेम करिवारे दान सिखाए शरणागति भगतेर प्राण. Do you understand? Sikhai, teaches Shranagati, which is life and soul of bhakta. Why? To give prema. Durlabha prema, brahmara durlabha even is not possible in the part. It's very difficult in part of Brahma to get that prema. Do you understand? To give that prema. He came and teaches Shranagati. That means Shranagati is based on prema. Based on prema. Do you understand? Without prema, no question of Shranagati. No question of surrender at all. It's either artificial or conditional or partial. Not true Shranagati, not complete Shranagati. Do you understand? So unless one surrenders completely, he cannot attain the highest level of consciousness, complete Krishna consciousness. He will never be completely free from clutches of Maya. No. In other words, you'll never be complete free from this delusion, I and mine. No. You understand? That is stated. Jamang abhyavicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatitane brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Prabhupada Maharaj quoted this verse, Gita verse. Abhyavicharini bhakti, unalloyed devotion. Do you understand? Unalloyed devotion, pure devotion. Unless you develop pure devotion, have pure devotion, unalloyed devotion, that means complete surrender. How can you free from this? I and mine. This delusion, no question at all. You cannot be free from the clutches of Maya at all. No. As long as you're in Maya, then this I and mine there. Yes. This is what it teaches. Bhagavad teaches. Vedas, all Vedas, Vedic literature, and Mahaprabhu comes and gives pure bhakti through chanting holy name. Those who are fortunate souls, intelligent, they come to take shelter of Mahaprabhu. You understand? Gaura Priyajana, they are devotees of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And this will be taught how to surrender unto Krishna completely. Then you'll be established in your constitutional position as Krishna Dasa, servant of Jiver Swarupa Hoy. Krishna Nitya Das, that is Swarup. That is your constitutional position, real identity that you are eternal servant of Krishna. That will only be developed by the association of such devotees, sadhus, Vaishnavas. সাধু সঙ্গে নিজ তত্ত্ব অবগত হন, নিজ তত্ত্ব জানিয়ার সংসার নাচায়, কেন বা ভজিলু মায়া করে হায় হায়. When he comes to associate with sadhu, such dear devotees of Krishna, and hears, concentrated attention, putting full faith in the words of Krishna, then you understand, oh, who am I? Sadhu says, you are Krishna Das. You are servant of Krishna. That's your real identity. Then you understand, oh, I am Krishna Das. Otherwise, how this forgetfulness will go? No. সাধু সঙ্গে নিজ তত্ত্ব অবগত হন, নিজ তত্ত্ব জানিয়ার সংসার না যায়, কেন বা ভজিল মায়া করে হায়. Then he says, alas, 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 why? I have become Maya Das for lakhs of lives, such rascal I am. Then you say like that, I am Krishna Das. তোমার চরণ ছাড়ি হইল সর্বনাশ, ও কৃষ্ণ কেন্দ্রে বলে, হে কৃষ্ণ আমি তব দাস, তোমার চরণ ছাড়ি হইল সর্ব. Then you cry, that's your head. Oh Krishna, I am your servant, but I am completely doomed. Disregarding your lotus feet, not taking shelter at your lotus feet. Then you cry. You understand? Then Krishna, oh, nice crying for me. You'll get Krishna's mercy. Krishna, Chit-Shakti-Rabala, Maya hoy durbala. Then Maya will be powerless. When this Chit-Shakti, spiritual strength will be inculcated unto you, this is by the association of sadhus. Otherwise, no possibility. Then all delusions, I, mine, finished. I am Krishna's, everything. I belong to Krishna. I am Krishna's property. Then he'll say, thank you. So, understood everybody? Any question? Yes?
It seems that if you chant Krishna without offending,
Yes.
then automatically
Mm.
you
Mm.
gain their body.
Yes.
You know your true identity.
Yes.
All of a sudden, you have no attraction
To Maya?
time.
No.
It's like a very dangerous thing. Because if you want family and house and
Mm.
all these things,
Mm.
then it seems very risky to start changing the mantra.
What family? What family, Baba? Why Maya's family? Enroll yourself in Krishna's family. Huh? Why Maya's family? Maya is putting lashes on you. It's very good for you. Huh? Such a fool you are. Become one of the members of Krishna's family. Huh? Krishna's sansar karo, chhadiyo nachar. Bhakti Vinod Thakur says, Narottam Das Thakur says, Krishna's sansar. Accept Krishna's family. Huh? Give up all these bad habits of Sadachar. Huh? Become Sadachari. Do you understand? Follow strictly the regulative principles. Do bhakti sadhan. Body relationship means Maya's family. Soul's relationship means Krishna's family. Do you understand? Yes. Then it is easy. Otherwise it is dangerous. Yes, definitely. Yes, definitely. But this is easy. All right? Understood? Huh? Yes, what's your question?
You were describing the 5 levels of consciousness.
Yes.
Covered,
Sunken,
sunken, and
budding consciousness. Completely blossoming, yes. Mm.
you're saying that the 8, 9 species are on the covered.
Covered and sunken consciousness.
Human form of life is budding.
Budding, blossoming, and complete blossoming. Therefore, 4 lakhs Chatulokhyani Manava.
So does that mean it's someone who's in the human form of life, the jiva that's in the human form of life, that is covered by ignorance?
Yes.
This is covered by
Mm.
the mode of ignorance.
Yes. Yes.
Also, that's budding consciousness.
He is in budding consciousness because when he has been given this human form, he is in that consciousness. But he is acting like an animal. Yes. He is degrading himself to animal consciousness. But he is in that consciousness. Do you understand? Chance has been given you to elevate yourself to the highest level of consciousness. In only human birth. In other birth, this chance is not there. Do you understand me? Yes. Suppose you are in budding consciousness, you will elevate yourself to blossoming consciousness, then completely blossoming consciousness. Yes. In other spaces, other than that, chance is not there. But chance is here. And how will it be? Only by associating with sadhus. Do you understand? By sadhu sangha, you develop such bhakti, then you will elevate your consciousness. Otherwise, no chance. You cannot. Do you understand me? Yes.
So budding consciousness means that that form of life has the opportunity,
Yes.
the ability
Ah.
to transcend.
Yes. By the association of sadhus, not by himself. He can't do it. He can't do it. Do you understand? So for human beings, all these things are there. Veda Puranas are there. Sadhu Gurus are there. Teachings are there. It's for human beings, not for other cats and dogs. Hogs. Other species, no. Because no chance is there. Do you understand me? Yes. All right, thank you. Prabhupada Ji Maharaj ki jai. Samavita Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Gaur Premanand Ji Hari Hari Bol.